So the 4Z4 method is a method that I invented about a year ago now, I don't know, but basically it's the best way to do ZZ on 4x4. So I'll do a quick example solve and explain all the steps. The scramble will be in the description. So the first step is to solve two opposite centres. These centres will be your left and right colours on 3x3. So I solve red and orange. So like that, so red centred in, orange centred in. So now the next step is to solve your pseudo cross, well, 3/4 pseudo cross. So that's two random edges and your down left cross edge and a line edge. So I've solved a random edge that's orientated, line edge and cross edge. So then you have last four centres like in Yao. This is quite easy if you can do Yao. So last four centres, and then your final pseudo cross edge. So in this case, I'm going to do a random orientated edge there. So now I've got four orientated edges. One of them's the down left cross edge, the other one's a line edge. Next step is to pair all the edges like in Yao. So I do 3-2-3. If you don't use 3-2-3, use 3-2-3 because it's good. So 3 edges paired, 2 edges paired, 3 edges paired. So now I've got not EO'd, and I've got all the edges paired up. So now I'm holding it with my pseudo cross on D. I want to switch it so it's on the left, and I'm in my solving orientation. So green front, white down. Could also be that way around, but because I'm right-handed, I have it on left. So next step is to solve my line. This isn't hard at all. So I can use L moves to solve the down left, or to solve one of the line edges, because I've already solved that. I can use U, F, B, R moves to solve my other one in down right. So this is the easiest case. I'll go through more of them later. So this is where it's orientated. Just turn it down. I can do a D prime, which will solve the line, and then I need to do an L2 to bring my 3 pseudo cross edges down, so they're definitely orientated. In this case, it wouldn't matter because that one's also orientated, but just in case you do that. So now I do a Y and Petra style EO. So I've got bad edge there, flip, no parity. So undo the Y, and then it's easy F12. So I see that and that, and then that and that. Those two. Corner. Now I'm going to COLL and finish with EPLL plus parity. Okay, so now that was the example solve. I'll now go through each step more thoroughly. Okay, so now this scramble I've got. Yeah, so I'll do orange first, so I can solve them, and then pair it up to that, solve the red centre. So I've now got the first two centres. Now I'm going to solve the first edge to see, that one, so I'm going to solve that. That is a pseudo cross edge because it's a line edge, but now I need to remember that I can only solve one line edge. So I'm going to solve that one line edge orientated, and I can't solve the other line edge, which for me is white-green. So I'm not going to solve the white-green edge now, even if it's the easiest edge ever. Can't do it. So next two, I see the yellow-orange, so I can just pair them up like that. and I'm going to put them in orientated. So if you do ZZ, that edge is orientated now. And then I'm going to solve another random edge because I saw that one. So the yellow green one, again orientated there. So now I'm going to solve my 4 centers like normal. That was bad, U3. So last 4 centers solved. If you don't know how to do that, just look at the Yale tutorial, it's not that hard. So now I've solved a line edge and 2 random orientated edges, I'm now going to solve my cross edge or my down left edge, which for me is red, white. So I'm going to do, where is it? That's there. Oh no, that's bad. Okay, so now it's solved. So I've got orientated, I've got my down left edge, got 2 random edges, and I've got my line edge. So now I've done that, I can do 3, 2, 3 edge pairing. Same thing applies as it applies to centers. Just look at a Yao tutorial if you don't know how to do this, but it's not that hard, it shouldn't take too long to learn. So now I've done that, solving line edges. So use L moves again to solve this edge, not hard, and got this one. I'm sure it's the same scramble, so the solution is exactly the same, but I'm going to show you more variations on this now. So if it's orientated and on U, you can just use U moves to position it to upright, and R moves to solve it. If it's orientated on R, you just need to do R moves. It can also be flipped. I didn't flip it. Yeah, it can also be flipped. So all you need to do is just put it at either UF or BU, and what that means, I can do F, R prime, F prime to solve it, or B prime, RB to solve it. If it's like here, I'm going to have to do something like that to solve it, and then I can do a D prime. And then I also need to make sure that the pseudo cross pieces stay on L. So like, for example, here I can do F R prime, but then that isn't on L anymore. Can you see how it started there? And I have to put it back, so I need to undo that with the F prime. So I can do a D prime, and then put these 3 in down left, so I need to do an L2 in this case. So now that I've solved the line plus down left, I need to do pseudo. So this is hardish, it's like ZZEO but rotated on the y-axis. So the way this is, well, can be easily explained, is there are 2 types of edges. There are U/D layer edges and there are E slice edges. So if a U layer or D layer edge is on U or D, so there or there, and it's yellow/white, while U/D facing upwards or downwards. So for example here, that's good because it's yellow facing upwards, and for, if it was there, that's also good because it's yellow facing downwards. If it's like that, they're good, otherwise they're bad. So that one's bad, that one's bad. Yeah, I think they're the only 2 bad. Yeah, those 2 are bad. Okay, so now if it's a left, well, that's only if it's on U or D. If a U or D edge is on the E slice and it's facing you, it's bad. So that's, so like, let's say I put that there, that's bad because I've got white facing me, because white's a U/D colour and it's facing me on E, whereas if it's there, it's good. So that's bad. So now I have, so I've got that as bad, that is good, that is bad. So now there's the what do you call them? The E slice edges. So if it's got the colour you've got in front currently, so for me that's orange, or red, facing upwards on U, it's bad, like in ZZ. So like, if I had it here, you can tell that that's bad immediately because my R colour is on U, which is bad. Here is bad. similarly on D, that's also bad. If you're looking at it on F, that there, and you have the LR colour going outwards like these, so the orange is facing outwards, not towards you, that's actually bad as well. So if I held it like this, so my F colour's blue, that's bad. So that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, and that's bad. So I've got 4 bad edges there and 2 there. To flip them is quite easy. You can only do 2 at a time, but the way you do them is quite simple. So I'll start with these 2. An R or an L move flips them. So R, U prime, R prime will flip those 2 edges like that. Then I've got that one, and I'll go with that one. They're also flipped. I've got these 2 left, so I can just go boom, boom, boom. And now all the edges are orientated. There's a parity algorithm, which I'll do now. Oh, no. Yeah. So, what that does is that will flip, it'll flip this edge, but it will also mess up all these edges as well. So it'll flip this one, but the permutation of the edges will change. So it's, if you'd rather track pieces, you can use the standard like Lucas parity or other parity algorithms for 4x4, like with the L. But this is pseudo 2-gen, so it's R wide in U. So I don't see why you wouldn't want to use it. So it's R U2, R2, no actually, R wide U2, R wide 2 U prime, R wide prime U2, R wide U2, R wide prime U, R wide 2 U2, R wide 2 U, R2 U prime, R wide prime. So now all the edges are flipped correctly. So once you've done that, you now have ZZF12, so you can do pairs or cross or whatever you want to do. So I see that and that, pair, solve the block, those 2, that pair back there, and this edge there. So now I've got that done, I've got EO done, and first delay is done, and now I wouldn't advise using ZBLL because you can get EPL parity. So instead do COLL, and then you can use a faster algorithm that you're more comfortable with, and then finish with an EPL plus parity algorithm. So here this is died soon, so done. And in this case I don't have PLL parity, so I'll just do normal PLL. The algorithms for EPLL plus parity are, so opposite, just do your normal algorithm, so if it's this one, or I use that one. Okay, so now there's the adjacent one, which is very easy. You hold the 2 edges you're switching in front right, like it, they look like a Z button, but those 2 aren't. Just do sexy to put them into front right and back right, and no, not front right, back up and no, back up front and up back, and then you do your preferred swap and insert. So now there are 3 more. So there's the W perm. This is where that's opposite, that's adjacent, that's adjacent. So like, I don't know why it's called a W, it's just a mess. So you start off with the U perm from the back, and then you cancel, what they do. Yeah, so you start off with the U perm from the back, and then you end in this position, then you do a UY2, R2, little r2, U2, R2, UY2. No, that's wrong. I'll have the alg in the description, but it's basically a U perm cancelled into a opposite swap. Then there's the O perm. Oh, I've done that wrong again. Yeah, again, I'll leave the algorithms in the description because it looks like I suck at remembering algs. I'll just do this. So So the first one is clockwise open. The way I remember these is instead of when it's clockwise you go anti-clockwise, and when it's anti-clockwise you go clockwise. So you go M2 U prime, M2 U prime, M2 U2. Oh, I messed up again, but yeah, the alg will be in the description. Just use that instead of me, because I suck at this game. Oh, I don't know what's happening. I can do stuff. Anyway, yeah, so I'll leave the algs in the description. So hopefully you can do 4z4 now, because it's at the moment, at least, in my opinion, the best 4x4 method for ZZ solvers. Like the other ones, like Z4, not good. Yeah, that's about it. No, I can't, no, just do ZZ, it's cool. Yeah, cool, thanks, bye.